Good evening. Welcome to Kaynichole After Dark. I am your host, Kaynichole, and I want to talk to you guys real quick about a video that I had recently seen about a woman living in a hotel looking for love.
This man say
Right here.
I shouldn't be dating because I don't have an address.
Now, I thought this video was very, very interesting because first, she's an older woman, and it was very, very weird for her to decide to, go on her phone and start recording. It was different for a woman of her age. But regardless of that fact, I wanted to mention and say that I feel like this was completely uncalled for, and I believe that the man was 100% right. She has her values very skewed. She is talking about how she's dressed nice, how she has a good job, and about her car. Well, as we know, cars depreciate over time, and like as soon as you take them off the lot, they are no longer the value in which you bought them. So the car is irrelevant in how she sees her self-image. And having a good job is great, but having a proper roof over your head is even more important. I understand that everybody wants love, everybody wants to be valued, but it's about having your priorities in order. A man or woman, because if roles were reversed, we all know that a woman would have not given this man a time of day if he was living in a hotel. Don't care if he has a good job, as he says. Don't care about his car. Does he have a residence? Is he paying his bills on time? Like, show me that you are a capable and functioning adult, right? So for her to say, why do I need to share that I'm living in a hotel, that I'm homeless? Well, ma'am, before you get into a relationship, you want to go into it being honest. Nobody wants to feel like they're just being deceived as they get into something with anybody. So it's always great to come correct and come honest. That's the first thing. And if you knew that you were actually going to have interest in this one person and talk to this one person, you should have let them know, because you don't know what they are interested in, what their value system is, or if they're even capable of dealing or handling a person that doesn't have their own residence. And the guy was completely honest and open, saying that that's not what he was interested in, and that he felt that he should have been told that. And I'm 100% on his side. Again, if the shoe was on the other foot, no female would be dealing with a man that doesn't matter if he had a car. If he didn't have his own place to live, she would be looking at him crazy, especially at that age. So I feel like he was fully within his rights to feel upset and feel annoyed or funny, because it was just weird. And so I understand, like I said, everybody wants love. But before you look for love and look to share your burden with someone else or pour into somebody else, it's important to pour into yourself, to have self-love. And how much self-love can you have for yourself if you don't even have a proper roof over your head? Now, I know when I saw in some of the comments, people were like, oh, well, at least she has shelter, that's what matters. But does it really? Does it show that you have priorities living in a hotel, which actually can add up to be way more expensive than having your own residence or apartment? So, I mean, make it make sense, because as far as I know, when you're staying in a hotel, you still got to pay for using the other utilities. You still got to pay a lot for food and everything, because it's not like you have a kitchenette and stuff like that. Certain places, if you're living, down south, a lot of the places do have places that you can cook and everything. But then again, still, it can be way more expensive than having your own personal residence and being able to have all your utilities there. So it just really showed that her lack of care for herself and her value system. So again, like, this has nothing to do with whether male or female, because again, I say personally that it's about your value system and what you value. And her saying that she looks good and about her car just shows that her value system is a little off, especially at her age. I could expect that of somebody of a younger age, like a young 20-year-old or something like that, but she looked like she was damn near in her 50s. So mid 50s, probably, maybe I'll be nice and say late 40s, early 50s. But this is something that I do not approve of whatsoever. And I think that she made herself look really foolish by recording herself during this communication with this man. So, again, your value system shows you who you are. So, before you get into a relationship, before you pour into somebody else, be important to pour into yourself. Have that self love and make sure that your value system is aligned with what the person that you're looking for. Thank you for tuning in to Kaynichole After Dark. Please comment down below. Please subscribe and like. And I look forward to you being a part of the next discussion. I'll be in touch, and I hope that you do the same. Have a great night.